our rescue teams. And that was not arbitrary, that was deliberate, because they know that our doctors are a lifeline for our society. They want to make Gaza unlivable, lifeless, because it is you who give life. It is you who protect life. The plan, the design is clear. It is absolutely clear. And therefore, I must thank every and each one of you. I know how difficult it is. I see Palestinian doctors who were there, like our hero, Dr. Ghassan Abu Sitli. Please applaud him. Applaud him because he was there when our people needed him, was there when our humanity needed him, was there to give this profession a new level, a new meaning of nobility.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a protest coming through. We're going to ask you to please take to the side. Thank you all very, very much. Everybody to the side, please. Thank you very much.
Events of recent weeks. But I want to tell you briefly about another side of Gaza. Anyone who's ever been there falls in love with the place and they can't stop going back. That happened to me when I first went there 15 years ago, and I can't keep away. It's a beautiful country, and the Gazan people are beautiful, beautiful people. I've made many friends there, and many of them are like family. I have a Gazan daughter down there, Inas. My wife and I, we call ourselves her adoptive parents in England, in the absence of her real parents who are in Gaza and cannot get out.
Thank you very much for your kindness. As we speak now, Israeli army snipers are surrounding Al-Auda hospital in Jabalia camp and continue to fire into the hospital, trying to kill as many of the staff as they can. As we speak now, Israeli tanks surround Al-Ahli Baptist Hospital, and Israeli Air Force has been bombing the area around the hospital. As we speak now, Israeli forces have tried to shut down Al-Sahaba Hospital, the only working maternity unit in northern Gaza. This continuous war against the Palestinian health system aims at making Gaza an uninhabitable place so that the wounded die slowly and the ill die as a result of what were chronic illnesses. We also stand here in awe of Palestinian health workers. Our colleagues, our friends, now in different hospitals in Gaza are risking their lives. On Monday, Israeli snipers shot Dr. Mohammed Abeid, an orthopedic surgeon working at Al-Auda hospital, while he was rounding on his patients. And I remember when I heard this, thinking that, you know, war rounds are always the bane of the life of every doctor. And I know that now, every day, Palestinian doctors are dealing with the horrendous task of trying to decide who they can treat, knowing very well that they are leaving behind wounded who they could have treated under better conditions, but they do not have any of the necessary medication or resources to treat them. The solution is basic. Israel's representatives in the World Health Organization's General Assembly do not belong there. Israel's representatives on UNICEF's council do not belong there. Israel's representatives in the World Medical Association do not belong there. The only solution is sanctions. Sanctions against this barbaric regime. Sanctions against the genocide. Until the genocide stops, Israel's representatives in world organizations and UN organizations need to be sanctioned and expelled. Israel's membership of these organizations need to end. Until they stop killing our children, there is no place for them amongst the nations of this world. When Israel chose to kill over 10,000 Palestinian children, it decided to set itself aside from the rest of humanity. And Israel has to be punished for this decision. The killing continues, and our friends and our colleagues continue the daily struggle of trying to do their best with very little. There is nothing more difficult than watching patients with major injuries being bandaged and placed in the corner of a hospital because you don't have the ability to treat them. There is nothing more difficult than treating patients without anesthetic, because you know that unless you do that, unless you clean those wounds, they will become septic and they would die by the end of the day. Our job is to ensure that these patients receive the treatment that they deserve and the justice that they need. These patients have to be rescued, and the only way to rescue them is to put pressure on the Israelis to stop this massacre, to put pressure on the Israelis to open up Gaza's borders so that medical teams could go in, so that field hospitals could go in, so that medication and medical supplies can go in, and so that the people, the 50,000 wounded, the majority of whom still need surgery, can be saved. Thank you very much for your solidarity.